But because you are living in a pagan society, you become a slave to your gods, lower G. Okay? And that was what got him. He was hemmed up on a contractual mistake that he made, because as Myra talked about, that seal, that signet, that was like, man, you can't change that. Probably if he had gone in that direction, there would have probably been rebellion. Okay? And I'm just telling you guys, in this Christian walk, you're going to have to expect some rebellion, because rebellion is the world saying they don't like your Jesus, which means they don't like you because that's who you're representing. But in the midst of throwing the man in a den, which is really a pit or the lower part of a cave, so it's not pretty. It's not like, you're just going into some beautiful hole in the ground. This was probably nasty, dank, dark. Okay? And into this, yes, the king cast him, but saying to him, I'm praying, basically, maybe he was praying, I'm praying your God will save you because you've been very valuable to me. Now, he couldn't see the holiness of Daniel, but he definitely respected the power that was in Daniel by way of the Holy Spirit. So because we're not that far from finishing. So here we go. And a stone was brought and laid on the mouth of the den. I don't think many people talk about this part of it, but like Myra said again, with Christ, when they rolled that stone, it had the Roman seal on it. And this also had a seal that they placed in the opening. So imagine this. And people don't talk about this. When you seal, probably the only air that you could humanly have, you basically, even if the lions didn't tear you up, you would die anyway because you won't have air. At a certain point, you're not going to be able to breathe. And we don't even think about that stuff. All right? But he says, and a stone was brought and laid on the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that nothing might be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to the palace and spent the night fasting. No diversions were brought to him, and sleep fled from him. He was in turmoil, and he fasted, because he realized what he had done. He did not want Daniel to be devoured by the lions. Anyway, then at daybreak, so now we know that we've got an overnight situation. Then at daybreak, the king arose and went in haste